Earle Pughe here. Today I'm looking at a 12-bar blues in A by Earle Hooker. It's called Off the Hook. It's got 3 chords, an A7, a D7, and an E7. It uses the A major pentatonic scale a lot. If you think of these as the notes from My Girl, so the first octave, A, B, C sharp, E, F sharp, A, and then another octave, A, B, C sharp, E, F sharp, A. We're going to take the 4 notes on strings 5 and 4, E, F sharp, A, and B. Now out of those 4 notes, if we compare them to the chords, an A chord has an A, a C sharp, an E, and a G natural. So in those 4 notes we've got an A and an E. So we have the 1 on the 5. On the D7 chord we have a D, F sharp, A, and C. So out of those 4 notes from the A major pentatonic, A, B, E, F sharp, we've got the A and the F sharp. So we've got 2 notes in common. And on the E7 we've got an E, G sharp, B, and D natural. We've got the E and we've got the B. So with only 4 notes we can play over all 3 chords and get a reasonable number of chord tones. It's really important to listen to the original recording. Please do that. There's 2 things you want to listen for. One is exactly when he hits the note. I've written it down and I'm counting it out, but you know, he could hit it just a little bit early or just a little bit late, and that's really important to the phrasing of the tune. So it's really great if you'd go listen to Earle Hooker do it. Also, his attack. He's got a really interesting sound. Just the way he hits the string. You know, it's not a sharp attack. It's a little bit more muted, and it's easy to get a sharper attack than he uses. So I'm running a little compression, but very little, just in an attempt to kind of soften that attack a little bit. So we've got pickup notes. So it's 1, 2, 3. And he does a little gliss off of it, a little fall off of that A note. So we got the E, F sharp, A, 1, 2, 3. Now he's going to use all of those notes, but he's got interesting timing here. It sounds like 2 quarter note triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So the lick was 1, E, F sharp, A, B, F sharp, E, E. That wasn't really the notes that grabbed my attention. It was the timing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now he's going to take a piece of an A chord. There's our target notes. We're on an A chord, so we've got an E and a C sharp on strings 2 and 3. And if you imagine a D chord, he's kind of using a little piece of a D chord as a passing chord to get into those chord tones on the A. So we've got the D and the F sharp on strings 3 and 2, and then the C sharp and the E on strings 3 and 2. Then he starts it again. But he's going to hit a D9 chord. So there are 2 9th chords that get used a lot on the guitar. They both use the middle 4 strings, strings 5, 4, 3, 2. So we have a D9, at frets 5 and 4, D, F sharp, C, E. So that'll be 1, 3, flat 7, 9. And we also have one up on frets 9 and 10. This one has no D. Makes it a little bit harder to understand, but we've got the F sharp, that's the 3. We've got the C, that's the flat 7. We've got the E, that's the 9, and on top, we've got the A, that's the 5. So he's going to take, out of this 9 chord, he's going to take the notes on strings 4, 3, 2. And that appears to be the notes from an A minor. We've got an A, a C, and an E. However, if you put it over a band playing a D7 chord, it comes out to be an upper structure. So the upper structure of a D9 chord is an A minor chord. So he's going to make use of that. And then he does that same lick, the triplet lick, 3, 4, 1. And that same little passing chord into an A chord. Now, if you imagine an E9, there's the F sharp, there's the 9. He's going to hammer into the F sharp, little trill, and we had an E and a D, and now an A and an F sharp. Now we're to a D7, does a really fast trill. So over the this he brings in one extra note. He goes straight down. He trills on the E, which would be the 9. Then D, C natural, A, F sharp. So he goes straight down, a D7 arpeggio, all chord tones, and then we're to the A7 chord, 2 A's, and then only notes out of that little pattern that we started on before. And then he'll go into the next chorus. Earle Hooker does this tune at about a quarter note equals 120, so it's not a real fast tune, and it's not real notey. So it's really it's a great tune to learn and then expand on. So here it is slowed down to half speed. 1, 2, 3. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on Off the Hook by Earle Hooker. Please give me a like. Please consider subscribing, and please check out Earle Hooker's version of it.